Amazing.
Just concentrated. This road is okay apart from the rain.
That's it, thank you. That was horrible.
Was that a relief?
But, I mean, we've driven in rain, torrential rain in Kuala Lumpur, and it's horrendous. But when you don't know the road either, oh my word.
Within 1 hour, the sun will set. We are planned to arrive at a destination in 46 minutes. We've not got anything booked.
We were back in Otu and we were on the road, very much looking forward to camping again. We had chosen a campsite close to a weir and were really excited about having a night's camp in some peace and tranquility away from a busy city. Our research and the reviews had told us we were in for a treat. But when we got there, it was deserted. The story of our travels. Whilst we debated about staying and using their hookup, so the owner showed up. And with Google Translate, a payment made, we were set up for the night.
We finally made it to our first campsite after Bangkok, and well, that was a great journey. But Bangkok?
We've been there a few times now and I love it, the vibe of the city, and we had some great memories made while we were there, but I was so glad to get out of that concrete jungle. So glad. Especially to land here.
Well, we didn't know how long we were going to be there, did we? Do you remember how when we first booked? We went to the hotel receptionist and we said, we actually don't know. Can we stay for this many nights? And can we actually rebook another night if we need? And she was very kind and she was very helpful.
Very helpful hotel, and glad we stayed where we stayed because it was right on the doorstep for the visa centre, which was perfect for dropping any documentation. The whole process of doing the visa, like dropping the information, paying for it, hardly any time at all. But from doing the form online to then picking them up, 12 days.
Yeah.
12 days.
That's a long process. But we are feeling pretty relieved.
Yes.
The only thing that sort of is, we're not worried about it, but we're conscious of, is how much time it's all taken. Because you will remember from a previous video that we actually only have a month in Thailand. And the reason for that is not our visas. We could stay longer. But the reason is the truck. The customs won't allow us to have the truck in Thailand for any longer than 1 month. And we are running out of days.
So we have, thankfully, used the time wisely and planned our next steps. We have to go to Laos. And I'm looking forward to doing that. But we're going to Laos before we'd planned. And I'm sure we'll have a great time. It's just changing our plans around.
Yeah, we are heading north, so it's more northwest. Then we're going to head northeast into Laos. And we're only going to stay in Laos for a few days. However, We don't know where yet, so that's another part of the journey we're pretty excited about in one way.
Yeah.
But Chinese visas sorted.
And so relieved.
So relieved.
Even though, like, you know it's going to happen, it's just the waiting game. I wasn't very good at that, I'll be honest.
Well, we are back in the truck.
The next day we were heading for a national park, where again we had read that the views would be breathtaking and there were some stunning hikes. We were keen to find out more.
So I am going out exploring, and I've just come to this little area here, which is where you can sit and watch the birds. No camping allowed. There's a famous tree here, so I'm going to find out more about it, see if I can find it. It's about 2 kilometres away.
I had read that the main attraction for this national park was the fact it was home to Thailand's largest crabapple tree. It's over 50 metres tall and measures more than 16 metres around its girth. The tree is actually endangered because of all the illegal logging they used for oils, resin, and would you believe even plywood. The walk along the road was very up and down, but getting to the tree was a 400-metre steep drop. Although it was very picturesque. Consequently, I expected the climb up was going to be very tough. The tree was impressive though, and worth it.
Good morning. I didn't finish off my walk video. As you can see, I've changed my top. It's now the morning. I'm saying good morning to you now. It's 8:20 with us, and we're about to decamp. So I did the walk. I got back up. It took me ages. It was so steep, and then the road was all uphill back to the campsite. If you're in this part of this way in Thailand, this park is definitely a park to visit.
After a night at the national park, we were heading for Mae Sariang. We were looking forward to this part of the journey, as like Vietnam, it had many twists and turns that would give us breathtaking views of the northern mountains of Thailand. And this journey just gave us a flavour of what we were about to expect. We had to stop frequently, just to appreciate where we were.
Well, we've made it to Mae Sariang, and this is on the corner of the Mae Hong Son loop, and this is one of my bucket lists. Julia was so brave in Vietnam doing the Ha Giang loop. This was the next on my list, but we're not doing it on a bike this time, Jules.
I think it was on both of our lists. We both wanted to come in this
On a bike?
area.
On a bike?
No, in the car.
But
we have had an amazing journey today.
oh, the
though.
road is spectacular, absolutely spectacular. You would have seen some of the clips by now of that route, and we'll put a map up as well so you can see the route that we followed. But we're just going to do one or two things, get something to eat in a second, because tomorrow is a really big day for us, in the sense we start the Mae Hong Son loop. So hopefully some great shots on the video for that.
Let's get the washing done as well.
Yeah, because we
clothes.
don't know where we're going to get that done if we don't do it today.
A good night's sleep, and we were now officially starting our own journey of the Mae Hong Son loop. Over the next 2 days, we would travel over 200 kilometres, and Mike told me that there would be over 1,500 bends. It's possibly going to be a very dizzy journey. We would no doubt stop at every opportunity, as this was promising to be a very memorable road trip. We had the perfect weather, and there was very little traffic. We had great expectations. I think there were more than 1,500 bends. We shared the drive-in so we could both appreciate the view and how many actual bends there were. And we did stop, and we did take in the view. We had to, don't you think? We had a cuppa and a sticker stop, so we left our mark.
Well, we told you that there would be a few view shots. Hope you enjoyed some of the drone shots, but this is pretty spectacular. About halfway there, and this is the views. I was wrong about the curves, by the way. It depends on the route, but in total there's over 4,000 curves.
We were on the last stretch. I reckon I did more turns than Mike, so I was quite happy to get to our next sleep.
Well, what do you think?
It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. What a nice stop off.
This is why we came to this area. Look at this. This is astonishing.
It's been a brilliant journey.
With the loop completed, we set up camp and relaxed. We were going to have some us days in a yurt on a hill next. Why not join us there and like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.